Hey everyone! So today we're talking about how to drive traffic to your blog, and I know I did a post earlier about all the recipe submission sites, which I think are absolutely great. But there are a few other things as well that I kind of wanted to talk about. So the first thing that you can do is to repost all your old content. So obviously, a great way of like sending traffic to your blog is utilizing social media, so using Facebook, Instagram, whatever works for you. But what I do, so obviously, like, I'm a recipe blogger, so I don't post a recipe every day, but I utilize social media every day, and some of those days it's just other things I'm interested in, because I don't want all my social media to just be about like the blog. I want it to be about my life and people to see other sides of me as well, which I think's the best way to do it. Because there's got to be some reason that makes you as a blogger kind of more interesting than like going to, I don't know, like goodfood.com or something like that. There's a reason, and it's usually because people like your personality. So what I do is I try and do a new recipe every week, but then I also post old recipes. So what I started doing was I went back right to the beginning of my blog and posting an old recipe every week as well, because you know people will have forgotten about it, and you're just reminding them, or they might have even forgot that they've seen it. And also there's new people that are joining you on your social media that have not seen that before. So it's a great way of, instead of, I don't know how many recipes or anything or articles, like blog posts, whether it's fashion or whatever it is, that you post a week or a month. But this is a great way of making sure that you're actually getting links out there more than just the new posts that you've done. So you can also reuse all your old content. Um, and another good way that you can drive people to your blog is to repurpose it in like a different format. So if you know if you've got a really really good blog post that worked really well, and you wanted to make it into an infographic, or if one didn't work so well and you wanted to make it into an infographic to see if that would be a better way of showcasing whatever it is that you've posted about. And you could film it as a video. So, for example, yesterday I asked, what would you prefer me to do, more video or would you prefer blog posts? And there was a mix. Like, somebody said that they prefer video because they find it more engaging, and someone else has said they prefer blog posts. So, to do the both options, you've got that blog post there, and also it counts as two posts on your page. So you could have like one on YouTube, one on your blog post, and then or you can link to it. You could read your blog post out and upload it as a podcast. I've recently just got into podcasts, and that's because I have a long walk. If I want to, like, I generally have a long walk every day. If I go like to a coffee shop, if I walk into town, so instead of reading, which I would usually do in a morning, sometimes I'll listen to podcasts. So you could read your blog post and upload them that way. I've actually never done that, but it's something that I thought about doing and I might do. Although I hate my accent, so I don't know. And also, if you've got like a lot of articles that are really like really good articles and a good mix of content, put it together and do like an ebook. I did that. I pulled together loads of recipes and made an ebook out of it and sold it on Amazon, and that worked really well. It didn't really. I mean, I don't think it actually sent more traffic to my blog, but it was just another way of reusing old content. Share across all your social media platforms. So don't just put a picture of it on Instagram, put it on your Facebook. If you have like a Facebook like page, put it on there, but also share it on your personal Facebook page. And I know that, like, if you're anything like me, at first that can be a bit cringe, but actually your friends are genuinely interested in it, I find. So, and even though like when I first started sharing on my page, I didn't get as many likes as I do on Instagram or anything like that. The click rate on my website, on my blog, went up, so people were still clicking on it from Facebook. But obviously, because they're being directed from Facebook onto another platform, they're not necessarily coming back and liking the post. So it's still worth doing, even if you're looking at it and thinking like nobody's liking it. They're still clicking through, so they are still reading it. And I've had good feedback from my friends that I didn't know were like watching what I was doing. Use keywords. So for SEO purposes, definitely use keywords in your posts. Make sure that you're thinking about what people would be typing into Google, and utilize whatever words those are in your posts and in your titles. Write great titles, because that's what's going to pull people through. And make them click through to your blog post. Another thing you could do is partner with bloggers. So if you find another blogger that's kind of similar to what you're doing, ask them if they want to write a guest post on your blog, because then they'll be kind of sending all their followers and all their friends to your blog as well, and you can kind of help each other out. But not only does that send more followers to your blog, it's also great for backlinks. So the more backlinks that you have, the more other websites you have linking to your blog, the higher up it goes in the Google ranking. So when somebody's searching for whatever it is that you're blogging about, your blog post will be higher up if it's got more backlinks linking to it, if that makes sense. And then, submitting to websites. So I posted a list earlier of the websites that I use. The reason that I used those ones, because I said that there were 40 that I was using originally, is because those were the ones that I was getting most traffic from, and also they're the ones that are providing backlinks. So sometimes when a website gives you a backlink, it's a no-follow backlink, which means that it doesn't count towards your SEO or your Google ranking. So I selected the best submission sites based on the traffic I was getting from them and whether they were providing follow backlinks, so that it was increasing my Google ranking. So all those websites are really good for that. Some of them, you might find that sometimes your recipes don't get accepted, but generally they'll tell you, that the lighting wasn't good enough in the photo or something like that, and just keep going with it. I kept going. I think for one website I kept going for a year until I got onto it, and I eventually did, and I didn't really see a difference between that image and the one that I posted the week before, but just keep going and you will get there. I think there's only one that's actually quite difficult to get onto. My Recipe Magic is really good, because with that website you get a backlink, and you're also when you finish submitting your recipe, it lets you link to other pages on your blog that's other posts they might be interested in. So what you can do, so then you get 3 backlinks, so from that one post. So what you can do then is put your recipe up and then put your other 2. With My Recipe Magic, what it will say is, do you want people to click through to go to your blog? It's really important that you don't publish the full recipe on their page, because you're not getting people to click through to your blog then, because if you give them the full content, there's nothing for them to click through from. So definitely make sure that you don't want to publish the full recipe, you want them to click through to your post and put the link in there. And I think that's it in terms of, I'm trying to keep them relatively short because I don't want to bore people, and also it takes so long to upload them. The other thing you can do is submit to magazines. So if you've got some good content, whatever category you're in, submit it to a magazine. So I did that. I've got in quite a few magazines this way. And again, sometimes you'll get rejection, but just keep going with it. I've worked in PR. My background is PR. So I do have a database of hundreds of different magazines across different industries. So I've got a lot of health, fitness, food contacts, but I also have fashion, I also have wedding magazines, men's magazines, and gossip magazines. So if anybody's interested in sending any of their content to a magazine and they want to talk to me about who to send it to, I'm more than happy to have a look at my database and see what contacts I've got for you. So just send me a message, and if you want any advice on how to approach it or how to do it, I'm more than happy to kind of talk through it. I can either speak on Facebook or on the phone or whatever. Just let me know, and I'll have a look through that database for you and get you the contacts that you need. But I think that's it. I know that there's been other good things posted on the page today, other tips that I also use, so I don't want to kind of go re-go over that as well. But yeah, I hope it's been useful. I hope it's not been too rushed. And if you want any more information, just let me know, and I will either write a blog post or I'll film another video.